Baking is when food is cooked by dry heat without any flame. Usually the most common item baked is bread. However, it can consist of cooking anything from bread to cupcakes to pasta. Baking has evolved over the years and continues to become more creative and unique to each individual baker. Here's what a young baker from Bowie Bakery in El Paso thinks about baking.
Well, in my words, it'd be putting together kind of an artwork with bread and pastries and everything that we make, from cookies to cupcakes to different kinds of breads, and just bringing them all together and creating, I guess, what we have out on display.
Although baking is mostly dominated by women today, it was not always that way when bakers first started. In the Middle Ages, men dominated the baking world. Men were mostly chefs and bakers. They mostly owned the shops and restaurants of the town. Women were used mostly in the kitchen at home as a traditional family role and were never really recognized for their baking skills. In May of 1997, a woman by the name of Stephanie Jaworski sold a book called The Joy of Baking. In her book, she talked about how baking helped her connect with other women, and she encouraged other women to showcase their baking skills and become bakers. Many women follow in her footsteps. Another baking inspiration for many bakers is Julia Child. Julia Child was a TV host and an author. She was mainly known for her TV show, The French Chef. Throughout her career, she inspired many women to bake, make food on their own, and add their own unique touch to it. Martha Stewart is yet another unique baker that inspires. She has hosted many TV shows such as The Apprentice and Martha Stewart Cooking School. She is most well known for her cookbooks and creative talents. Although she started off with baking, she has moved to things like home decorating and arts and crafts. Over the course of several years, baking has become more and more different and complex. YouTube baking star Rosanna Pansino has shown her uniqueness and special baking talent through her videos. Rosanna is one of the many millennials on YouTube that showcases everything from making cheeseburger cupcake sliders to her favorite characters on her cakes. Everyday baking is changing and becoming more creative and appealing to the eye. Baking is something that is now a talent, hobby, and job to many people. Children, recent graduates, and even people who have full-time jobs take on baking. People leave their bakeries and hometowns to take on challenges like cupcake wars to compete against each other and show off their skills. Younger children go up against each other to show their knowledge of cooking by making dishes from scratch on Chop Jr. All in all, baking has revolutionized over the years. It has gone from a prestigious position to something anyone can take on. Creativity has soared and people continue to come up with new ideas.